Here with Charlie Willcox, Georgia Tech commit out of South Walton High School, playing for Aces National. Charlie, man, appreciate you doing this.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So let's talk about the arsenal. Fastball into the 90s, around 2,300 spin. I know you got the curveball, changeup. What's the best pitch, and what do you think has the biggest room for improvement?
Personally, my best pitch is with my changeup when it's on, and I also think it has the most room for improvement, just because it's not always there, but when it is there, it's 100% my best pitch. I get a lot of first pitch rollovers for double plays and a lot of ground balls to get me out of tight situations with it.
A lot of pitching is that matchup, that chess matchup between you and the hitter at 4.33 GPA, so no one's questioning the smarts. I'm sure you love that aspect of it. How do you kind of approach that side of the game?
Yeah, so I mean, the mental side with pitch sequencing and stuff like that really took off for me. Probably last year, I started watching a lot of Trevor Bauer's stuff on YouTube, and he always talks about his pitch sequencing and what he does and what he thinks about, and it really taught me a lot about it. And so during school ball, I sort of used that and learned more and more, and then over time it just developed into what it is now.
We talk about you at the plate. I mean, the numbers are insane. A 105 exit velo, bat speed north of 80 miles an hour. I mean, that's around like Giancarlo Stanton range. I'm curious, how do you prepare for the hitting side of it on days when, maybe during the high school season, when you have to do both? Is there a different level of preparation for you?
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of it is just as much recovery as I can get, because it takes a big toll on your body doing both. And I mean, thankfully, during summer ball, I don't have to do both on the same day, so it's a little less of a workload. But during school ball, when I'm doing both, I'm hitting in games 3 times a week and pitching once throughout that week. It's just a lot of recovery and everything I can do to keep my body healthy throughout the season.
When we talk about the commitment to Georgia Tech, I know that obviously came on the heels of getting to be part of the future games. What did that opportunity do for you to the point where we're talking about you eventually being a Yellow Jacket?
Yeah, so I think the future games was probably the biggest event that I went to that got me the most looks. I mean, when I stepped out there on the mound and I looked up, it was filled. I mean, there was no room for parents or anybody. It was just scouts everywhere. All eyes were on you, and you have all the opportunity in the world at the future games to get seen.
What was ultimately the deciding factor for you that it had to be the Yellow Jackets?
So when I was there on my visit, it just felt right. I had a good time the whole time. I have a great relationship with the coaches. I can text them whenever I need to. I know they're going to be right there, and they have my back for whatever I need.
What do they see in terms of that they're telling you now that they see as the role for you when you get to the flats?
Freshman year, it's always going to be a fight. Freshman year coming in, you have guys 4 years older than you. But, I'm going to find my spot that I can freshman year, and then hopefully sophomore, junior year, get that starting role.
Awesome. Well, listen, I love to see guys take me through their pitch scripts and show us how they do what they do. So let's get that ball in your hands.
All right, sounds good. All right, so my first pitch, my 4-seam fastball, fingers together, and I really just try to get extension down the mound and rip through the ball, let the ball rip off my fingertips. My second pitch is in the works right now. It's a little 2-seam sinker, just standard 2-seam grip, and I just try to get my wrist angle a little bit on the side of the ball and have it to get that little sink motion. My next pitch, my favorite pitch, is my changeup. It's a 2-seam changeup, just a little bit offset, and I just throw it the same way I throw my fastball, let it roll off my fingertips. My most consistent off-speed pitch is probably my curveball. It's a little knuckle curveball right here, a little preset, and just rip through the front of the ball. And then my last pitch is still in the works. It's also just a little splitter right here, a little bit on the side, on the seams right there. Just throw it as hard as I can and rip straight through it.
Charlie, man, that was awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. If you're not already, be sure you follow LakePoint Sports on all our social media channels. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube, and you get so much more happening here on campus.